What's up, Titan Game Day Live halftime show. The Titans are currently shocking the NFL world with Malik Willis and King Derrick Henry leading the Kansas City Chiefs at halftime in Kansas City on Sunday Night Football. 14-9 is the score. The Titans do get the ball to start the second half. Welcome in A to Z Sports. I'm Austin Stanley. He is Zach Bingham. Make sure you share the show. We go live every Titan Game Day. Pre-game, this is the halftime show, also a post-game show as we react to everything we just saw in a crazy first half with the Titans defense making some big stops. Derrick, 2 sacks, but Malik Willis making plays with his arms and his legs, and Derrick Henry having a big game, 2 touchdowns. Welcome in everybody reacting to this halftime show here. The Titans again up 14-9 on the Chiefs. I want to thank our sponsors for Titan Game Day Live. Mr. Good Roof, your locally owned roofing, gutters, and window specialist. Find out how to potentially nominate a veteran for a free roof this holiday season at MrGoodRoof.com. Buddy Allen Carpet One, always giving you free in-home measures and estimates. They're at Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com. Download the Crumble Cookies app because who doesn't love cookies? And they do it better than anybody else. Crumble Cookies app right there. And BetMGM. Zach, I'll toss it to you. Incredible first half of the Titans. They've got a 5-point lead and getting the ball back.
Yeah, well, they're playing the football that they wanted to play, right? Derrick Henry has been a very, very efficient. He's had chunk yard plays to flip the field and give the Titans scoring opportunities, and they've taken advantage of those with the 14 points. And then on the other side of that, they've played really good defense. They've contained Patrick Mahomes. They've disrupted him. That was a huge, play at the beginning where they held them to 3 points and not let them score a touchdown on that opening drive that consumed a lot of clock of the first quarter, right? Only getting 3 points out of that really helped them. They obviously had the missed extra point to get them to 9, but you're 14-9. And then additionally, Austin, right before half, to not let them cross midfield and give Buckner an opportunity to get more points on the board and pull this thing within 2 points and have it 14-12, and now it's 14-9. The Titans get the football back at the beginning of the third quarter. This is how Mike Vrabel and this Titans team wants to play. And then you have Malik Willis. Simplified, read options. He's using his legs. He's made some good throws. The Austin Hooper back shoulder throw is a great pass. And then on top of that, the Chris Conley pass was primo. I mean, that thing was right exactly where it needed to be. Conley obviously can't make the play because they don't have the wide receivers. And then here's the last thing that I'll say for my reaction. They've taken advantage of the Chiefs making some dumb mistakes. The penalties, if you look at the penalties on the Kansas City Chiefs, I think it's eye-opening. They get six flags on the Kansas City Chiefs that have definitely helped the Titans. 14-9, playing Titan football, and like you said, shocking the world that is watching this Sunday Night Football game.
Yeah, and you bring up the penalties, a really big penalty, and one of the dumbest things you can do in football is line up offsides. If you're a defensive lineman or any defender, how do you line up offsides? I don't understand how it happens, but Chris Jones did it on a 3rd and 5 play where the Titans did not get that on the actual play, but a second chance because Chris Jones lined up offsides. Chiefs fans have to be throwing up in their mouths from lining up offsides, considering what happened several years ago, the AFC Championship game. But my goodness, I mean, I don't know what's better, the Titans defense or the Titans offense with Malik Willis. Malik Willis has been spot on. A lot of the throws that he's made have been really impressive. Even the first completion to Austin Hooper on the right side was a hell of a play, using his legs to buy extra time, throwing off his back foot and getting out there to Austin Hooper to make a play. And he looks like he's a much confident player. And Zach, I think we can confirm something we talked about in the pregame show, and that is the fact that the Titans didn't show anything against the Houston Texans. The Titans knew they could hand off to their 2 running backs, Derrick Henry and Jontrell Hilliard, 40 times and beat the Texans with ease. And they did that, and they saved all the fun stuff for Sunday Night Football in Kansas City. And Malik Willis's legs have made a big difference, but he has made a lot of plays with his arms. Malik Willis, he's just 3 for 6 passing. One of those was a throwaway out of bounds. One of them was a drop on a beautiful throw by Chris Conley. Georgia keeps burning Tennessee this weekend. And then Malik Willis, 4 carries for 25 yards. He did have a big run taken away by a Hollister block in the back that, it was in the box. He didn't need to do it, but it was also a ticky-tack call of a block in the back in the box. But Malik Willis came to play today, and that's something you can only be excited about because the Chiefs don't know what to do with it. They weren't expecting this. The Chiefs are clearly caught off guard.
And honestly, the Titans have left points on the board. The first drive with Chig that flipped the field, that huge play, they get backed up because of a false start. So now they got 15 yards to gain to a first down. They end up punting. And speaking of punting, Stonehouse, stone cold. I thought about that after that dime that he dropped within the 5-yard line. You're sitting there saying, really good roster decision by John Robinson and Mike Vrabel to go ahead and move on from Kern at the right time. That's a tough decision to make with what Kern has done to your football program, your franchise. Stonehouse really making that money right there and helping the Titans 14-9 at halftime.
Yeah.
Titans fans really got to be excited about how their team looks and the way that they're playing.
Yeah, and Stonehouse got some love from Kern on Twitter. Kern tweeted that it brought a tear to his eye. But how about the play by Chig Okonkwo? The second big play that he made tonight. Chig going airborne and getting that ball out to the 1-yard line was massive. How differently would that last Chiefs drive when you're punting to Patrick Mahomes with 2 minutes left? It's always dangerous, but a big play by 2 rookies right there, Chig and Stonehouse, to get them backed up to the 1, but then starting the game off with the Titans offense. Chig Okonkwo, the big screen going 48 yards was really, really impressive. Zach, what did I say in the pregame show? My Mr. Goodroof, who's got the good matchup. I thought we'd see some Chig, and Austin Hooper remains to be unlocked. We'll talk more about that, I'm sure, but a big half by the Titans offense, but the Titans defense is making key plays in key downs and distances. It's Christian Fulton creating incomplete passes by getting his hand on there. Danico Autry with 2 massive sacks, both of them coming on 3rd downs. I don't know what else to expect, but the Titans came to play in the first half, and this is a typical Mike Vrabel performance on a big stage.
Well, they're not out of the woods yet because they have to earn it in the second half. Notoriously, the Titans have struggled in the last 2 quarters of play, including the fourth quarter. The Titans are dead last in fourth quarter scoring. All season, they average 1.3 points in the fourth quarter. That has to change because the Chiefs, look, the other good thing is they've taken the Arrowhead crowd out of it, right? Because they've kind of been shell-shocked. So they get the ball to start the third quarter. They've got to set the tone and see if they can – let's see if they can have a long, sustaining drive that ends in at least 3 points, and Derrick Henry has another couple of chunk yard plays. I look for the screen game for Derrick Henry. I look for a couple of screen passes in these next 2 quarters to see if you can get some misdirection and fool the defense, get 22 out in space kind of in an unorthodox way instead of just ground and pound. I'm curious to see what Todd Downing is going to do, but you got to like where you are if you're the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, and Zach, I'll say this. We don't usually do math live on air, but 3 points by the Titans here to start the second half does what? Makes it 17-9. That's an 8-point game. How big would that be to just get up by a full touchdown plus a 2-point conversion because the Chiefs did miss that extra point? A to Z Sports here live at halftime. Got a massive audience here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're about to ask you guys this question, and we'll see if we can keep up with the comments because you guys are flooding the chat, and we love to see it. What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game versus the Chiefs in the second half? We do this at 1 through 10. What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game against the Chiefs in the second half, 1 through 10? And guys, if you're watching us and this is the first time or maybe the first time in a long time, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and give it a like while you're at it. So if you're watching on Facebook, like the show, maybe share it. But if you're on YouTube, like the show, give it a thumbs up right there, and subscribe to our channel. We're putting out great content. Buck Rising will be in the Titans locker room after the game. We'll put up all that content that he's got on our YouTube channel later on tonight. But Zach, I'll send you the chat. I don't know how many comments there's going to be flying in. 1 through 10, what's your confidence in the Titans winning this game?
This is a really good question because before the game, we had a ton of Titans fans in the chat pick the Chiefs to win and dominate. 14-point spread, Vegas, and it pushed all the way up to 2 scores. And now the Titans are up 14-9. They flipped the script and played really good defense and been able to efficiently run the football. Yeah, a ton of comments. I mean, I'm scrolling. I'll do a little auctioneer if I can with these numbers. So Raj says 8, Grindhouse says 5, Marco says 10, Brian with a 5 from Atrell, Yuri says 7 from Ben, ABN says 8, Citro says 10, Aaron says 7, Lot says 7, Chris says 7, a lot of 7s coming in, Dylon says 6, 100% from Rob, so that's not a number, but we'll give him a 10 right there, along with Keith. Jared says 7, Rick goes 5, MB 6, Tommy 6, Steven 8, Joey 5. We haven't had a lot of under 5s, and then Louis comes in there with 4.5. Joe says 7, Ty Kendrick goes 8, Avery 6, Otis 6, Mark 7. Our girl Nika goes 9. Let's see, Sweet Cherry goes 8, Jay Woods goes 6. There's a string of 6s from Neff and Cole and Demetrio. Anthony goes 5. So, and look, that is a small portion of this chat as we got, 1,000 people in here that are commenting, which is great. Austin, where are you at 1 through 10 as far as confidence level as the Titans lead by 5 points?
Not as high as probably the majority of people. I've seen a lot of big numbers there, but guys, I am at a 4. I don't know.
What you didn't say any confidence.
I had a text come in and my mind started reading that text for whatever reason on my computer. But I'm at a 4. I don't, there's confidence there. They can still win this game, but I don't think the Titans have the ability to sustain it. Look, Derrick Henry's been phenomenal as he's got nearly 100 yards already in this first half. He's got 9 carries for 92 yards. He keeps getting caught on those breakaways, which is straight crazy. But I'm at a 4. They can still win this, but I'm not expecting them to. I'm expecting the Chiefs to come back and do what the Chiefs do and put up a couple of touchdowns in the second half. And I just don't think the Titans have the weapons on offense on the outside to keep this going. The margin of error is razor thin for the Titans. They have to stay away from the chains and ahead of the chains and completely play clean in the second half.
Well, no, they definitely don't have the offensive firepower on the outside because they get Cody Hollister. That's who they're throwing to. Robert Woods, who hasn't caught a ball, right? So I'm at a 5.5. I mean, I'm lower than the chat. We're both lower than the chat. As the chat's probably closer to 6 to 7. I'm at a 5.5. I have liked what I've seen from Malik Willis. He hasn't looked overwhelmed. He's set his feet. He's had some really good throws. Can he keep that up? This will be defined, I think, of keeping the momentum to start the third quarter for the Titans. They can't go 3 and out and kick the ball back to Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
And defensively, front 4 pressure. The Titans are very good at their front 4 pressure. They've had good play all across the board. I think Simmons has gotten into the offensive line's ear as he's been irritated already early on in this game. I'm at a 5.5, which is, it's on the other side of 5. They've got to continue to play Titan football, and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do everything in their power to prevent that and score points, get their guys in space. But, man, if you talked about this script prior to the game, this is exactly what the Titans want.
Absolutely. Well, the second half has begun. The Titans had a hold on the opening kickoff of the half, so they'll be backed up and Malik Willis with the ball up 5. We'll see you guys for the post-game show. Great halftime show. See you guys soon. Appreciate it as always.